What's up, guys? It's episode 388. Welcome back to the show.
I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
In honor of the upcoming celebration of the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, I'm going to light a candle on set today to start the show. Specifically, this Angel of the Lord candle. It's a Roman candle, and I think it's got about an hour and a half left in it. So, hi, welcome back to the show. I've got a candle timer. Thank you. I'm timing myself today. Now I have, no, wait a minute. Shit. Hi. Now I'm looking at it and it's making me anxious because I'm like, that thing's going to burn out in like 20 minutes. But, yeah, I'm lighting a candle today I'm like setting an intention. I want to knock this out in a reasonable time frame because I feel like these 2-hour episodes are getting they're too long. But, in my opinion, you guys probably like it. I know some people listen. You guys listen to the whole thing and you tell me, you'll talk to me about the things I talked about in like the last 2 minutes. So I know you're listening to the end. So anyways, guys, first of all, I have a couple things to get off my chest. I have a great show for you today, but I do want to get this off my chest because I think it's been, in my opinion, pretty obvious. But what I'm saying is that I believe the glam has been getting in the way. The glamming before the show has been getting in the way of the content. Okay. I'm over it. Okay. I'm done. So today I am underneath all of this. I literally rolled out of bed. I have my crusty morning face underneath the layers of behind this mask of sunglasses and a hat and headphones. I've got my crusty morning face. I didn't even moisturize. Okay. I rolled out of bed and now I'm podcasting. This is when I'm at my best. Okay. I'm channeling Pamela Anderson with the no makeup. I'm channeling that. And it's like Tim Dillon coated with the glasses. I used to podcast like this all the time. And every single time I put on a pair of sunglasses and podcast, it's a great show. I'm having more fun. I feel like the content is better. The content is better because I'm not giving a fuck about my face and my makeup and my eyelashes and my contour. Okay. So just wanted to say that thank you. Thank you. I know it's about damn time. Yeah. The glam is getting in the way of the content and I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it anymore. So there's that. And then I also have as always, I have a very exciting life update to share with you. But first, please hit that subscribe button. Let's do the plugs. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening right now. I'm on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker, Overcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. Please hit that subscribe button and review the show 5 stars while you're there. Thank you for all of your 5-star reviews. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Jacqueline Monroe and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is a video and audio podcast, so you can watch me on YouTube, The Jacqueline Monroe Show on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to it over there. Yeah, so let's get into the exciting life update. So, hi, I'm not glamming anymore for the show, and I'm not wearing fake eyelashes for you anymore. But also, nothing is wrong with me. Life update, nothing is wrong with me. If you listen to last week's episode, you know, what a mess, right? Like, it's so funny how my brain works and how literally, yeah. So how do I want to summarize this for you? Hi, nothing is wrong with me. Literally nothing is wrong with me. Since that episode where I talked about my struggles with finding friends and cultivating relationships, and I talked about how I've prioritized my online persona and this online social media world ahead of in-person connection for the last like decade of my life, basically my entire 20s. I went on this whole rant about that, this whole whatever. Just go listen to the episode. It's like an hour and a half in. Anyways, literally since then, I had 2 girls' nights and a trip to Cabo with like 15 people where I made a million new friends and like hung out with people that I haven't seen in a while. Like I am so normal. Like nothing is wrong with me. Like whenever, and this is why I always tell myself, like, it's, first of all, it's always all in your head, right? But whenever I'm like in the physical realm with people, with my friends, it's like, you're normal, bitch. Like nothing is wrong with you. Like, why do you think something, like, why do you think, literally, I'm like, a month ago, I'm like looking into like, do I have autism? Like it's bad. The internet is so like, I'm getting the fuck off of TikTok and then watching these, like, it's so funny how you like relate to like one late stage, undiagnosed, what am I saying? ADHD symptom that someone posts like on a video. And then that gets you down the rabbit hole where you're like, okay, I'm pretty sure I have ADHD and I'm undiagnosed. And then at 30 or whatever. And then you're like, autism also, I relate to like some of those traits. And then you're like you're calling your doctor. You're like, I think I need a test for this. Like, bitch, you're normal. Stop it. Nothing is wrong with you. Like, I need to get back to that. That used to be my mantra. Like, nothing is wrong with you. Stop trying to like find stuff. Stop looking in so much. Just get yourself out there. Okay. Do what you're good at. I'm good with people. I'm good in person. Like, just do more of that. You'll stop overanalyzing your psychological stuff. Like, it's bullshit. So, high life update. Yeah, I'm a socialite. Yeah, I have friends. Yeah, I go out. Yeah. People think I'm cool and I have nothing wrong with me. So, this is going to be a great show. Guys, we're going to deep dive into Luigi Mangione like no one else has done on the internet so far. I have notes. I have so many goddamn notes. We're going to be talking about Luigi Mangione and my trip to Cabo. We'll recap that. I'm not going to talk about these drones. I don't give a shit. Okay. It's something. They know what it is. The government knows what it is. Okay. They're playing kitten with us like they always do. They're lying to us like they always do. It's like at this point, just make some shit up, right? Like just say anything. Just say it's, I don't know, it's Google Maps or whatever, scanning the grid they're re-imaging I don't know, whatever. Just say anything. So we're not going to talk about the drones. I'm not interested in that. We're also not going to talk about the, you know what, I'll do a hand motion, going on in the country right now. I think there's been 2 of them. Because if you're a longtime listener, you know that I am so against reporting on those situations out there. It's really sad, really tragic, but we're not going to be talking about that because, again, I am a believer that the reason why these situations happen is because it's constantly reported on and it has become a thing by you guessed it, the media. So, also, guys, oh my God, life update. I'm on week, what is it? 2? I skipped a week because I was in Cabo. I fucked up. But I'm on like, let's just call it week 2 of my GLP-1 medication. So we're going to talk about how I'm feeling, how I'm doing, some of the amazing results I'm already having that are not the typical like weight loss results. So there's that. I don't know if did I mention that last week? Probably. I forget. I think it's been 2 weeks because I was traveling. We're going to play some Timothée Chalamet videos because I finally get it. Like, I finally get the hype. Like, I understand. Like, he was on Theo Von and I was just like, oh my God. Like he is so cool. Like, I am obsessed with Timothée Chalamet now. I didn't understand it at first. Now I get it. Okay. He's been doing these interviews. Like, he was with Brittany Broski, like hyping her up and like talking to her. It was just so cool. Like, yeah, Timothée Chalamet. This is going to be long because of the Luigi stuff, but I'll play some of those. Pathological demand avoidance. Speaking of, there's nothing wrong with me. I do believe that I have pathological demand avoidance. I learned this term. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because I believe it is something that affects my relationships. And I'm pretty sure you probably have a little bit of this too if you own a phone and if you get notifications and if you're a social person or like, even if you don't have any friends or don't have a huge social life, you probably have, this might be something you relate to. I wrote here that I blew my back out. I can't, I wrote, I blew my back out on my notes for this episode. When did I blow my back out? Wait a minute. Hold on. Was that a joke or something? Wait. Blew my back out. I can't remember. So we won't talk about that. But yeah, let's get into it. We're going to start with Cabo. Okay, I just got back from Cabo. So I'm going to start with a recap on that trip. Speaking of Luigi Mangione. I'm just going to call him that for the rest of the episode. He might be gay and into black dudes. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. There's an article that I was reading. It's like, really, there's so much lore to this. That's why I'm into it. It's not like it's so like the Netflix series is writing itself it's like in real time, like these things are coming out and it's so perfect. I understand someone was murdered. I understand how horrific that is and how tragic that is, obviously, for his family and everyone who knows him, like Brian Thompson. Like, I understand that, but guys, welcome to the internet, where it truly feels like we're living in a movie every day. It truly feels like this world around us it's like, not, I hate the word simulation, but like everything about this murder and Luigi, it's just so like out of a fucking Netflix documentary. Like, it's so, I also have some thoughts on Pretty Privilege and Luigi Mangione and versus like this Crooks kid that shot Trump, and like how the response to the two situations is like so opposite because of I do believe that because of the way the accolades and the way this Luigi looks versus like this Thomas Crooks. Was his name Thomas Crooks? Looked. He's gone. They shot him. But anyways, like there's some interesting I have some thoughts on that because it's just the response. I mean, I am seeing the thirst trap videos. Immediately it's like they arrest Luigi. The thirst trap videos on TikTok, on Instagram with him, with like the body rolling R&B music playing behind it, like with Luigi Mangione images just fading in and out. I'm like, these fucking girls out there, the memes are insane. It's just so amazing. Like this man has, I mean, the gays are all over him. Like, it's just like, it's like, I get it, but also he probably did it based on all the evidence, like murdered someone in cold blood in the streets of New York. Like, but it's funny how our brain works. We're like, yeah, but he's hot. So, and he like did something like people think it's like heroic, because everyone fucking hates our healthcare system in this country. So it's not like, okay. But if he was ugly, my point is this, like if he was an incel looking toe face with braces like Thomas Crooks, like, would we give a fuck at all like this? Probably not. It's just like the Menendez brothers. It's just like these, the Bundys of the serial killers, like the hot, like the attractive killers. It's always like, and the ones that are successful this guy Luigi was a valedictorian. He was a robotics club. I don't know, like head of the robotics club. I think he started a book club in Hawaii, by the way. Like there's so much going on here with Luigi. Yeah, that I think is why it breaks our brains a little bit. It's because you're like, you have everything going for you and you're attractive and you're a white man in America who's got a six pack like you, and you still did this. Make it make sense, So I think that's why we're all over Luigi. I just love saying his name, Luigi Mangione. He got real aggressive there with the, I need to start. I'm not like doing the episode how I want to. I need to like jump into this and like recap Cabo. So like, let me just stop here. But the neck veins when he was screaming. Oh my God. Corey's like over it. He's like, I cannot like, he's like, do you think he's hot? And I'm like, do you not? Like, so, all right, let's get into Cabo. I'm looking at my candle timer here and we're sitting pretty. It's going down, but it's taking its time. So I'm not feeling too worried about that burning out quite yet. But yeah, we went to Cabo this weekend. It was my first time in Mexico. I did cross the border on accident when I moved to San Diego, and I was dating a man who wanted me to go with him to get his Century Pass at the border at Tijuana. And we walked into Mexico, and it was the craziest thing. There was like, see how I'm already off on a tangent. Hi. Does she have ADHD? ADHD? Probably. Hi, brain. Hi, active, hyperactive brain. Hi, I need a podcast to release this, or else I go crazy, basically. So, anyways, there was we couldn't figure out where the appointment was, and it was really confusing. And like, I don't know. He probably blamed me because like I didn't know where it was. It was one of those kinds of relationships where it's like I had to babysit him and like basically be his mom and do everything for him and whatever. But we walked through these big like cattle gates that were they rotated. It was like these fucking like thick ass bars that you got to push. And the second it started spinning, I'm like, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right. And then boom, everyone's speaking Spanish. Everyone's looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing in here? And then we had to like go outside and cross back into the States, back into California where like the cars were. And then we had to like cross a bridge. And then we finally figured out where the appointment was. It was all fine. Like we weren't in trouble or anything. It was just like one of those things where I'm like, oh fuck. Like we just walked in and we're like, are we going to be able to get back? Okay. I don't think I brought my passport, right? Like I just was like on this trip to whatever. So yes, technically I've been to Mexico before and that's why, but this trip to Cabo San Lucas was my first like trip to Mexico. And oh my God. Like I live in San Diego. It's stunning, gorgeous, beautiful, but like Cabo is gorgeous. It's like, I mean, also we were at, it was for a 40th birthday. Corey's best friend turned 40 and he got together like 15, I mean, there's like 20 people. It was a lot of people. For his birthday, everyone flew in and we stayed at this huge house. It was like one of those things where like there aren't any houses above this house. Like this is the highest house on the hill with the best view, the sickest pool, the sickest everything. And oh my God, like it was gorgeous. Like every room was like a private suite with a bathtub and a fucking walk-in shower and closet. Everything was just over the top nice. And so I mean, it was one of those things where you're like, we could just stay at this house the entire trip and be fine. And it had staff cooking for us. And like, I'm like, it literally felt like, I'm like, okay, if I was, this is probably how the like Kardashians of the world live. Like they just make you breakfast every day. They clean they did like housekeeping. Like you wake up and like leave your bedroom and you come back, it's like made, they cleaned up everything. It's amazing. So we had like 5-star service the entire time at this 5-star house, the fucking 10-star view. We were watching the humpback whales jump the whole time because it's like whale migration season down there. We laid at the pool. We had cocktails flowing. We had micheladas in the morning, and then that turned into like Coronas, and then that turned into margaritas later that night. Then we're going out, then we're at the club, and then it's like another club, bus. We had a bus with a driver. It was sick. I fucking love Cabo. I fucking love that. That was like one of the best trips of my life, just because of the people. Like the people always make the trip. And we were with great people. It was one of those things where every single person, and I met a lot of them for the first time, but every single person had a great quality. They weren't like, oh, they're cool, like whatever. It's like there's something about them that stands out, and it's polarizing. Like every single person was like that. And yeah, it was a really special trip. It wasn't our honeymoon. If you're like, why was Jacqueline in Cabo? Was it our honeymoon? No, our honeymoon's not until next year. We're going to Bali. I don't know if I've told you guys that. Have we talked about Bali? We're probably going to go in March. So that's next year. But what I'm already like, I'm like picking wax off of the desk here. Okay, let's get back to it. Cabo, Bali. That was not our honeymoon. That was a birthday trip. Okay. Super fun. I'm trying to think of like highlights. Oh, we went on a yacht. Oh my God. We went on a 130 foot, like, I don't know. Is that a super yacht, a mega yacht, a grande yacht? I don't know. It was sick. And What happened on the yacht? Did we do anything on the yacht? I took a nap on the yacht. For like a good hour and a half. Thing is like, I'm on vacation. It was a partying, heavy partying type of vacation. Okay. It was so fun. Like we had so much fun, but like I'm on a yacht in Cabo. It's sunny out. It's gorgeous. I've been freezing my ass off in California since like October. So I laid on that upper deck on the cushions next to the hot tub, closed my little eyes, and I rested peacefully for, I think, an hour and a half. It was the best nap of my life. The whale watching was sick on the boat. Like they were passing us by. There's whales. I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to declare this on my podcast right now. Whales are my favorite animal. Whales really do it for me. They're so, like, watching them jump out of the water is so therapeutic. Just not even jump out of the water, just come up for air. What do they call it? Breach. Their bodies are so huge, and yet they move like, I'm just in a trance thinking about this right now. It is so zen. I love being on a boat. I love whales. I love nature. I love fucking Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. I love micheladas. I love margarita. I love the cuisine, the culture. I could go on. This entire episode could be about the vibes in Mexico. They're just, and I know I was in Cabo. I know it was very touristy and nice and all that shit. And we were, living like kings. But something about it was like, and that's when you go to, whenever you go to another country, it's kind of like that. You just really soak in that, the differences. My brain is constantly comparing and contrasting, our country, the US versus the country I'm in, right? I'm always like, oh, this is how they build their buildings here. And this is how they live here. And this is how it looks. And I would just sit on the bus. We'd, take like a 45-minute drive to a marina or something, or like a restaurant. And I just sit out the window or I stare out the window, and I'm, at one point I was a little sketched. Okay. I will say this. I didn't understand their police force and how it looks there, because it was given cartel. Okay. It was giving, and also that was always in the back of my brain. Like, where are they at? Okay. I'm a tourist. I'm an attractive American woman in Mexico. Where are they at? Okay. Always watching, always scanning, always analyzing, always like keeping Corey tight, always like aware of my surroundings. Right. However, on the night we went out to dinner at, what's it fucking called? Not Chambao. What was it called? I literally tagged them on Instagram. Let me see. It's like on the tip of my tongue, Oh my God. Oh, Rosa Negra. We went to Rosa Negra. On the way to Rosa Negra for the birthday dinner, I like caught on this. We were at a red light, and I look to my left, and it's like full body armor, guns. I don't, were they holding guns? I'm like, did I just imagine that because I was scared? Whatever. Full body armor, truck, just like not like a super nice truck, like a Tacoma, like a Toyota Tacoma, like nothing huge. It just kind of gave like Baja cartel, armed people, drug smuggling. I don't know how it looks, but in my brain, that's how it would look. It was to my left, and I just was like, holy shit. I was like, for a second, and then I saw Polisa or whatever. Like is that how you say it? Then I was like, oh, this is how the police do it there. There's like bars on the back of these trucks, and they just stand. Like 6 dudes were like in the back in full armor. And this was at nighttime on Friday. This is Friday the 13th for the birthday dinner on our way to Rosa Negra. They're, obviously out doing, serving the patrons of Mexico, like keeping them safe. That's just how they do it there. But it gave cartel, and I was freaking the fuck out inside. And then I saw police, and I was like, oh, I feel safe now. Okay. So the police trucks look different. Yeah, like there were little things. What else kind of stood out? Oh my God, the food. We ate so well. I ate so much. Yes, I'm on a GLP-1 medication. I ate through it. And I'm not on I feel like one thing people say though, and I was thinking this, I'm like, are they watering down the alcohol, or is this my GLP-1 medication? Because people say that when you are on a GLP-1, you don't get drunk. Like it doesn't, you like don't feel the effects of alcohol. So you just like don't drink as much or something. I've heard a lot of people talk about that. But like the entire time I was in Mexico, I mean, we were drinking all day long. And like whenever I'm on vacation like that and I'm with a bunch of people, like it is what it is. We're doing it all, right? All day. I don't give a fuck. And I can hang. Like it's fine. It's probably not good to admit, but like it's like Coronas. Okay. It's not like taking shots at 8 a.m. But I was like, do they water down the alcohol here? Like, is it watered down? And I wonder if it's because I'm on the GLP-1. So anyways, the food was amazing. Oh my God. Every morning they served us this beautiful breakfast, like the mango, the papaya, the eggs with the chorizo and the perfectly sliced avocado with what's like another thing? The beans. Oh my God. The beans were better. Everything was better. Oh my God. Even the chicken was better. We had grilled chicken. It was so good. It was so, yeah. So the food was a highlight. The restaurants were a highlight. The music was a highlight. We had like the best playlist going on. One of the guys in our group literally went up, or one of the girls who like works bottle service, and I met her this weekend in Vegas. I'm pretty sure someone like went up to the DJ and like bought the playlist off of them because it was that good, and we listened to it the entire trip. So yeah, everything was amazing. I love Cabo. I want to go back. It's good to be home though. Like it's good to be home. Like that's the thing about vacations. Like you can't, I feel like when you're, always gone, always away from home. I don't know. Like you appreciate it more, I guess. What am I saying? I don't know. Let's talk about Luigi. What else was I going to talk about? Should I just do my GLP-1 update? Because I just mentioned it. And then we'll talk about Luigi. First of all, this was not on my bingo card for 2024. And if you would have told me a year ago that I'd be injecting a GLP-1 medication and talking about it publicly, I would have like, honestly, like deep down been a little bit excited. Because like, hi, girls, the girls that get it, right? But also I would have been like, I would have laughed in your face. I would have been like, well, what are you talking about? Like, you're not obese and you don't have diabetes. Like, what's this for? Like, why are you? Long story short, okay. I was reached out to. It's so funny, like this arc or like this, first it's a company that reaches out to have me talk about a GLP-1 drink. And I've been doing that with Modera, right? Like I have that. And then all of a sudden it's another company reaching out to me about working with them and taking a GLP-1. Also, they have, it's a one-stop wellness shop. So you can, it's Valhalla Vitality, Jacqueline 20 for $20 off your first order. Jacqueline 20 for $20 off your first order. It's a one-stop wellness shop. So they have all different kinds of therapies, injectable therapies. Do they have any other like oral medications? They have like pretty much everything when it comes to vitality, right? So that your NADs, your B12s, for men, they have testosterone therapy. They have berberine, I think. They have semaglutide, tirzepatide. They've got, just literally everything under the wellness umbrella, like injectable wellness umbrella or peptide umbrella, right? And so they reached out to me. Long story short, I was on a consultation with the doctor, and I was initially interested in NAD. We were going over all of the things I want to improve with my health, and we were talking mostly about the NAD. And then at the very end of the phone call, I was like, but what about the GLP-1 stuff? Am I a good candidate? Like literally we talked and I ended up going with the GLP-1, and oh my God, life-changing already. I've injected 2 times now, and it is like, I'm not a doctor. Do not quote me on this. There is so much research coming out that is very promising around the neuroprotection or the way GLP-1s improve your memory, and it protects your brain, right? Or like it helps your brain activity. So I mentioned the ADHD thing and how always discombobulated, and I've got a lot going on up here, and I really struggle with fight, flight. What is it? Fight, freeze, where I freeze and I can't do the next task, and I don't get shit done, and I'm always feeling like I'm behind, and my executive function is a motherfucker that I always have to try to overcome every day, but not anymore, because I swear to fucking God, this GLP-1 already is, and I'm not the only one that's saying this. There are so many, I've looked it up and I've been reading about it, and it's still being researched. There's nothing, I don't think it's obviously GLP-1s initially were used for diabetics, and they found that all these people are losing weight, and then it's been amazing for obesity, and that's probably the majority. I think, the majority now of people that are taking it. I'm not overweight or obese. Technically, my BMI says I'm obese. My surgeon had to tell me that. She goes, "Oh yeah, one of your risk factors is that you're technically obese because your BMI says." My BMI has always been high, just because of I'm a brick shit house over here with. Anyways, like I'm getting group texts from my new friends. Sorry. So popular. Hi, I have friends. Hi, I'm on group text. I mentioned the group text thing last week. Like, if you know, you know. If you listen to that episode, it's like kind of a joke now. But my BMI. What am I saying? Oh, yeah. One of my risk factors was that I was a former vapor, and what was the other one? Oh, my BMI was high. I was obese and had surgery before. I've been under. There was like 4. I forget what the 4th one was, but anyways, the effects for the focus. Oh my God. It's like, so people, everyone talks about the food noise, right? When they inject GLP-1s, it calms that food noise that rules their life. Like, they're always food focused and always worried about their next meal and always thinking about food. And that's why they're fat, right? Like, it's just a constant thing. They're always like grabbing the food because they're thinking about the food and eating the food. And the GLP-1, it helps quiet that down. So but my whole thing is like, how does it know specifically to quiet down the food noise? It's probably quieting down some other noise, right? So in my case, I feel like it's quieting my mind. It's like, by the way, I haven't had any negative side effects. I'm on the lowest dose. You're supposed to up it. I don't think I will. Like, I'm already noticing amazing benefits from just the lowest amount. I'm on tirzepatide, by the way, if you're curious, not semaglutide. But literally the next day, I was like, oh my God, like, I'm clear. I'm super, like, I'm productive. I felt an immediate, it was very, and I have felt that way ever since. Like, I took my second shot and I still like, it's really improving my brain function. So obviously there's so many other benefits. Where's my sticky note? I had to write it down when I was making content for the company. But I mean, just better sleep, heart health, kidney protection, gut health, the neuroprotection I mentioned, obviously blood sugar. Oh my God, we could all use blood sugar regulation or lowering. Like, I feel like I'm not saying this in the most like academic way, but I'm not a doctor. Hi, I'm just a patient over here taking tirzepatide. But I really believe in this. I really believe that we're going to start seeing more and more people, not just people that are obese or diabetic, taking this. And because it's so much, the benefits go so much farther than weight loss, in my opinion. Now, as a woman, let's talk about it, because yes, like I said, my BMI says I'm obese. Technically, if you looked at me, you're like, bitch, what are you talking? Like, you're not. Like, we know this, but here's my whole thing, and this is why I feel so comfortable talking about it publicly, and I don't give a shit, really. I have nothing to prove when it comes to my body. Like, I have nothing to prove to anyone or hide, or it's not like everyone's got a different relationship, obviously, to their body image, their weight, their GLP-1 medication, the whole thing. And I think a lot of people are on the the down low on it about it because for whatever reason, right? And I get it. It's personal. Like, food is personal. body weight is personal, health and fitness, like diet and exercise, it's all very personal. So everyone handles it differently. Again, I feel like I have nothing to prove. And I honestly just want to talk about the benefits as someone who's not like taking it for the major weight loss effects, you know? What was I going to say? I'm already fit, right? Like I'm already a healthy person. I already have the diet dialed in for the most part. I've already healed from an eating disorder and I don't have the food noise like I used to. Literally, like that is one of the biggest accomplishments in my 20s, healing my food noise and my eating disorder. Like that was my goal. I said, I just want to wake up every day and I don't want to think about food. And I finally got there and it's like, bitch, now you're taking a GLP-1 and you're like, for what, right? Like 99.9% of you listening right now are like, dude, you're vain as fuck. You want to lose weight. You're trying to be skinny. Like Lindsay, or who's on it? Christine Aguilera. You're trying, girl, stop trying to lie to us that you're doing it for all these other benefits. Bitch, you're trying to be skinny. That's why you would be correct. Like if I dropped, like, hear me out. If I dropped, I lost 15 pounds for my wedding. And even then I wasn't like stoked on my, like, I thought I looked great, whatever. But I know when I feel my best, and that's personal too, right? Like everyone can relate to, not that the number on the scale matters, but a feeling in your body when you feel your best. And I want to get there. I really do. And if this helps with that, awesome. It probably will. And I probably will lose weight. And I probably will have all these amazing other benefits from taking it too. That, you know, it's all going to be good. Like, it's all good. What am I saying? But yeah, if a company reached out to you and they're like, hey, we want to send you a GL. We're not even talking about Luigi yet. And that's going to be, where's my candle? Okay, we're good. We're good. Actually, we're good. You might do it too, right? Like, I'm personally curious. It's been around, but it's very trendy right now. Everyone's taking it. The stars are all on it. Everyone bitches and complains about Ozempic face and she's on Ozempic, and I'm not on Ozempic. What is it? Semaglutide. I'm on just tirzepatide. That is the compound I'm on, and I think that was the first one. And it works in 2 different ways, which I like. I don't know the technical terms or how, but it does work in 2 different ways, which is cool. I just don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just curious. I think if it helps me with my brain, like in my sleep, my gut health, and all of these other things, if it's all encompassing and it helps my overall wellness, I honestly don't see anything wrong with it. Let's talk about the food noise, or like the appetite suppressant. So I literally have no side effects. It's only, I had a little, like, people get a little nauseous when they first take it. I had that a little bit like the second day, and that went away. And it wasn't even that bad. It was like in the morning. It was like a little like gurgle. And I've honestly been eating the same. Like I said, I ate my face off in Cabo. Like I ate right through it. You know, I didn't really cut back on anything over there on vacation. Right. But, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Corey and I went out to dinner when we got back a couple of nights ago. And I don't know if this is because I was just so fucking bloated from the fucking brewskis, dude, from the fucking Coronas by the pool 24/7 and the late night margaritas. Like, I was probably so bloated, I just was turned off to food anyways. But like, I went to dinner and I was like, I think all I can handle right now is a little soup. And then I was full. So like, I do notice the appetite suppressant. I do think that I am experiencing that, which is, it's nice. I will say, because the thing is like, in general, I do think I have like I'm going to give myself like a B- diet. That's probably not being nice enough to myself. Let's call it like a B+, right? I think I overindulge in the processed food. I do think I overeat. I eat as much as Corey does. Every time we have dinner, I'm like, why am I eating as much as this man who's twice my size? Like, you know, I just think in general, like, I probably could do less with the food. Like, I think just for my overall like wellness, right? And my energy, it's like, why am I tired all the time? Why am I always napping? But you eat processed food regularly. Like you eat out at restaurants all the time. Like even though it's like healthy, like I do think I could. So if this is a tool that helps me cut back and improve in that area and I feel better, guys, I don't have to, again, prove anything, convince you. I'm taking it. I'm enjoying it so far. Jacqueline 20 for $20 off of hollowvitality.com if you want to get yours today. It's so simple. Like you literally just, I mean, it's, people have their opinions, but I don't even know. I'm like, I don't know how the insurance works. I didn't have to, did I have to give him my insurance? Yeah, I had to do all the health questionnaire and the insurance. I had to do everything. The talk to the doctor. It's all legit, but it's just kind of funny how you like go online, you fill something out, you talk to a doctor, and then just shows up at your door. And you're an influencer, so you get it for free. Just saying it like it is, keeping it real, you know, it is what it is. Like, and if this starts to backfire, if I'm like, bitch, like I'm nauseous all the time, I'm barely over 90 pounds. No, I'm kidding. Like, I can just switch and I can get off of it, right? Like I don't have to take it. No one's forcing me to do this. I can take the NAD. I could take the B12 shots. I could do something different. It's fine. So again, it's like a 3-month experiment. I'm doing it. I'm enjoying it so far. And that's the GLP-1 update. Also though, like this drink I've been promoting, this Curb Modere drink, the liquid drinkable GLP-1 stuff. It's really funny because I feel like the effects are very similar. Like if you're like, okay, I'm not going to like take the shot and go down that rabbit hole, and you want to like take something that boosts your GLP-1 levels, like the Curb drink, I will say like the feeling is very similar. It's just you just feel satiated. You just feel good. Like you're not like, where's the food? I have an orange with me today. I don't know why I have an orange. This time of year, I cannot stop eating oranges. It's like oranges and chocolate on repeat. Okay, so Luigi Mangione has been indicted for first-degree murder in the state of New York, and he might be gaying into black dudes. Let's get into it. So on December 4th of this year, United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was murdered in the streets of New York. What was it, around like 6 in the morning or so? Okay. They've arrested Luigi Mangione. And he's been charged. He's been indicted on a charge of first-degree murder and also charged with 2 counts of murder in the second degree, with one of the counts accusing him of killing as an act of terrorism. And I think because they don't there's some sort of like loophole or something they're trying to jump through because the state of New York doesn't have a death penalty or something. There's something about first degree murder there aren't very many ways to kill someone in the first degree. And so you have to call it terrorism, something like that. So that is where we're at today on December 18th. But let's back it up. So I just want to start off with this, because this is a vibe, okay? Speaking of life as a movie, and this whole murder case is a Netflix documentary writing itself. Here's his lawyer, okay? This is Luigi Mangione's lawyer, okay?
What's the next process? How do you?
Well, you'd have to ask the governor. I'm not going to comment on what he said.
Counsel, are you a public defender, or did he hire you privately?
No, I'm not a public defender. Yeah, I'm a private lawyer.
How's your client feeling?
I mean, yeah, you can use your common sense on that.
And did he reach out to you? Did his family reach out to you?
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on any of that.
Okay, get the vibe. Straight out of the mafia. This is Thomas Dickey, Luigi's lawyer, doing his thing in the streets with the media. Just absolutely killing it. Giving us exactly what we want. So yeah, it's giving mafia, it's giving mob boss. He also did another press interview that was good. That one was, I just like that better. Okay. So let's just get this out of the way because I think this is a misconception that he was a United Healthcare customer. So no, number one, he was not a United Healthcare customer. And they believe that he might have targeted the United Healthcare CEO because it's the largest healthcare insurer in the US. So let's get into the new lore, okay? Because I was listening to, speaking of Tim Dillon, I was listening to his podcast on the way back from Cabo, and all of a sudden, like, I'm so like tired out of it from this trip, right? And I hear Tim saying something about like he's gay, and Tim's gay, and so he talks about like gay shit all the time, and like I was like, whoa, this is like layered. And then this article, I think this is the same one he read, is from Radar Online, and this is the headline: Luigi Mangione's secret gay life, how CEO executioner was closeted homosexual with preference for black men. Okay, like the 26-year-old has been declared a hunk online. So accused CEO killer Luigi Mangione leads a secret life as a closeted gay man. The 26-year-old suspect who was arrested at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania Monday has reportedly had several relationships with other men. Mangione was a well-respected Ivy League alum before police say he shot and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson outside a Manhattan hotel. He's currently I think this is an old article. I think he's back in New York now, the jail there. Maximum security, or what is it called? Maximum security? Yeah, and not on suicide watch, by the way. As more details are emerging about Mangione and his private life, at least 2 gay men have come forward to claim, why are you, like, I just think this is an interesting factoid, right? Like, I just think this is like, it's adding to the story in an interesting way. Okay. I guess, whatever. You know what? We're just going to keep going. I don't need to explain myself. Okay. As more details are emerging about Mangione and his private life, at least 2 gay men have come forward to claim to have had a relationship with him. One of them, a black man named only as Sean Y, told Media Takeout that he and Luigi were together for nearly 5 years. Wow. So I heard this other thing, like, we all know about his back surgery and his back pain, and I just like saw this, like, I don't know the source, but someone said like he's unable to have sex. So he's like a sexually frustrated, closeted home. Was he closeted? Was this? Yeah. Is that what this? Yeah. Like maybe there's something to it, right? Okay. So they had been together for 5 years. He recalled to the site, "We met at a gay club in Baltimore. He was one of the only white guys in the club, and he bought me a drink." Okay. Sean said the 2 went home together that night and enjoyed a long distance relationship on and off for the next several years. He would see me when he was in town, and he was very generous. He'd always buy me something nice from Hermes or Louis Vuitton. Okay. Those are my favorites, Sean claimed. This is so juicy. Why am I putting on like a gay voice now? Like, how it's so funny how the brain works. Another openly gay black man from Philadelphia claimed to have had a similar relationship with Mangione. The man identified as Tommy, we got Sean and Tommy, said Mangione clearly had a type. He was into hip hop and black culture, but the 2 apparently kept their relationship shallow. We never really talked politics or anything like that. Tommy said, much like Sean, Mangione showered him with pricey gifts. "I'm an expensive friend. Luigi knew that and made sure I was properly taken care of." Cool. Mangione had money to splash around as he came from a wealthy family. So his family is a big family in Maryland with country clubs, a real estate development company, and you guessed it, healthcare facilities. Actually, you probably didn't, but that's also an interesting fact. So he comes from wealth. He is the heir to a holiday resort fortune created by his grandparents and the brother of a top doctor. The suspect is originally from Townsend, Maryland, where Towson, Maryland, where he lived in a $1 million home with his parents. That's not even that. See, it's so funny. Like me 5 years ago would have been like, $1 million home. Me now is like in California, that's a shoebox. Okay. $1 million home with his parents and his anti-capitalist and is an anti-capitalist who attended Baltimore's elite $40,000 a year Gilman private school where he graduated as valedictorian. We all know this. Blah, blah. They're just doing a profile here on him, a little bit like background. But yeah, gay and into black dudes. Cool. Mangione was blah, blah, blah. This is just recapping. We're going to get into all this. Okay, so that's a new piece of the lore. He might be gay and into black dudes. I don't know. I like to make everything kind of spicy. Okay. So we went over the lawyer. We went over he might be gay and into black dudes. He's not a United Healthcare customer. He's been indicted on a charge of first-degree murder and 2 counts of murder in the second degree. We went over that. There were also some other penalties, like being in possession of a weapon. Okay. This is interesting. His mom filed a missing persons report before the shooting, like 2 weeks before, on November 18th. So the shooting was on December, 4th? Dude, great Jay-Z song. I know Jay-Z's in deep shit in everyone's minds because of the whole Diddy shit and the allegations of fucking, minors. However, the Black Album, I'll stand by this, is my favorite Jay-Z album. December 4th is a great song. Dun, 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 dun. How's that start? I was just going to say, like, is there... Not that I need to, like, look up the lyrics and go down, conspiracy lane, but, like, obviously... December 4th is, like I said, a great song. The whole Jay-Z thing. Maybe there's a fucking connection. Probably not, because the investor meeting was on that day. And so, like, that's why he did it on that day. Probably interesting. So anyways, his mom filed a missing persons report 2 weeks before on November 18th. And then when investigators approached her, she said, in quotes, that the shooting might be something that she could see him doing. Okay. Like I said, he's being held, I'm just going down my list here. He's being held under maximum security and he's not on suicide watch. Okay. And they're still tracking his movement. So after the shooting, he rode a bike into Central Park, took a cab to the George Washington Bridge. There's a bus station there. And then they're trying to figure this out because he ended up in Pennsylvania, right? So he might have taken a subway to Penn Station where he then got on a train and went to Pennsylvania. But I'm sure they know this all by now, but that's kind of the trajectory of his. Just let's talk about the video of him posting up in the streets with the gun. What do I say? The posture, the confidence. It is so like Jason. It's just fucking perfect. I think that is also why we're on this like flies on shit, because it's so professional looking. And until they caught him, a lot of these lawyers, a lot of these people were coming online saying like, yeah, this was clearly a hired hitman who did this. Like, this is someone he knows what he's doing. Like, he's a professional killer. Like, and yet I'm not saying he did it. You're innocent until proven guilty. Okay, we all know this. But based on all of this information, I'm pretty 99% sure he did it. But yeah, just the posture, just so stiff. It was just like, damn, you don't see that every day with these kinds of murders. I mean, people shoot people all the time, but like, I don't know. It's just because this guy was high profile, right? He's a high profile CEO. What was he making a year? Somewhere I heard it was like 22 mil a year. The Brian Thompson. I actually want to, what was Brian Thompson's salary? Okay, little rabbit hole here because we need to figure this out. What was Brian Thompson's? I'm doing this with one finger. That's not efficient. Come on. Come on, laptop. Brian Thompson's salary as CEO. Okay, Brian Thompson, the former CEO of United Healthcare, earned a total compensation of $10.2 million in 2023. He was doing very well. Okay. So, okay, so we talked about the path. Where is this fun? Hi, or how are you? Like, what are you doing for Christmas? Have you shopped for your gifts yet? 7th inning stretch. Let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. I'm drinking a quad espresso from Starbucks. I literally just got my wedding photos printed yesterday. So I'm going to be doing a gallery wall if you're curious. Don't know why I'm mentioning that. Christmas, gallery wall, wedding photos. Oh, yeah. Get on your present. It's that time of year where we're coming into a close on Christmas, and I'm usually a last minute shopper. I've always been that way. It is what it is. It's kind of fun. Like, I feel like most people are like that. And then you're at the mall and you're just like dashing around, like just impulse buying out the ass. Cause you're like, fuck it. I'm going to get him the best gift this year. I'm just going to, whatever. But I'm going to Washington, by the way, on this weekend. I'm going this weekend. So that'll be fun. And then I'm going to come back and then be here for Christmas. With Corey's family. So, yay. Okay. Stay with me. We're doing this. We're about halfway through here. 4th of the way through. This is going to be long. Where's my candle? We're doing good. Okay. So, let's talk about the notebook. So, in his notebook they found when they arrested him, he had written that he was going to use a bomb but decided on a gun because it was more targeted and the bomb would have put more people in danger. So he decided to go with a gun. Interesting. This is all pointing to him, right? Like, everything about this is like, he's the guy. He's the guy. And the way he was acting, I was telling Corey when his neck veins popping and he's in the orange jumpsuit and he's like, this is a, what did he say? An embarrassment or a something to the American people, and whatever he said when he was being like thrust into the jail or the courthouse or whatever. I'm like, this is a guilty man. The way he is acting, just the what do you call it? The body language. It's giving guilty. What did he say? It's a insult to the intelligence of the American people, and he's being like dragged away. And then I think his like head hit the wall. It's kind of hot. I got to stop with that. Okay. I got to stop with that. I understand that's disgusting and we're all doing it. Okay. Let's cut it in the ass, cut it in the butt, cut it in the guys. It's the glasses. And the reason I'm wearing these specific ones is because I went to the pool in these glasses in Cabo and I thought I looked really cute. And everyone's like, oh my God, I love your glasses. You have such cool glasses. I get back in the room and Corey goes, take those off. Wear the other ones. Last week I started my first fight with Corey of our entire relationship, and now we're gonna or I said the first negative comment. I think I forget what it was. Oh, about him golfing on Thanksgiving morning and leaving his wife alone in our house on our first Thanksgiving together. Or our third thing. Was that our third Thanksgiving together? And now I'm like, he told me to change my glasses. And everyone gave me a compliment. He goes, I like the other ones on you better. So I did that to him when we went to the boat. He was wearing this old grandpa t-shirt, or not t-shirt, Hawaiian shirt. Okay, because we did what's the name? Fear and Loathing theme for the boat. And I basically was like, this looks like shit. Wear the other shirt. And he looked 10 times better. So I feel like that's good. Like, if sometimes, like, I don't take like, he never tells me how to dress. Like, I think if a guy, this is like dating advice now, intermission we're doing a little side quest here. I've been with a guy before, like multiple. I feel like this is a thing where they would critique the outfit, and they would not. They always wanted you to like dress sexier, get a tighter dress, put on something better. And, you know, I just feel like if they're here and there, I understand, but I don't think it's bad if you're trying to like, cause you want to be, when you're with them, when you're going out on a date, you want to be like, oh, I think they look hot. And if they put on something frumpy, it's like, sometimes it's okay to tell them like change, you know? But if they're doing that all the time, red flag. They're not attracted to you. They're like, anyways. Okay. So yeah, it's the glasses. I said sphincter, and then I referred to the glasses because it's bringing this out, this crassness out. So next up, we got this protein bar with his fingerprints on it. Okay. They matched the protein bar, the water bottle, his fingerprints matched the protein bar, the water bottle, and a phone near the scene of the crime. Okay. Fingerprint match. They matched a ghost gun, which is, you know, slang for it doesn't have a serial number and it's homemade. The ghost gun, they matched that with, at his arrest in Pennsylvania at the McDonald's, with 3 9mm casings found at the shooting. So casings matched the gun. They also found in his backpack, I believe, they found clothing and a mask that was consistent with the images of the suspect. So there's an interesting thing though with the two pictures of his jaw. You know, when he's like smiling, wasn't he flirting with the barista at Starbucks, and that's why they got that face shot of him? Like he pulled it down because he was flirting with the girl, the barista, took his mask down, and that's how they. It's interesting. There's two pictures and the coats don't look the same. So people are like really like, what's this about? You know, one of the theories and one of the initial theories was that there was a hitman hired and then other people hired to dress like him to go around to put the police off his tracks or whatever, to like deter them from the actual guy, something like that. So we all know that's not happening now. Okay, so the motive, okay, clearly investigators think that it's animosity towards the healthcare industry, and this makes sense because of his notes that he wrote in his notebook about, we'll get into this, like his disdain with corporate America, specifically healthcare companies. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. So he was in possession at the time of arrest. He was in possession of 3 pages of handwritten notes expressing disdain for corporate America, blah, blah, blah. He wrote that the U.S. had the most expensive healthcare system in the world, but lamented that our country ranks 42 in life expectancy. He referred to corporations as mafiosa that have gotten too powerful and said such companies abuse the United States for immense profit. We all know this. And I think that is why people are deeming him like a hero. Like this represents something bigger, right? Like everyone's like, free Luigi, free Luigi. I'm not on team free Luigi. I'm on team he's hot. Okay. He should be in jail. He's hot, but he should be in jail. He did something that I think, yeah. Do I like the healthcare industry in this country? No. Do I think that someone should be murdered to like stand up against that? No. All right. There is a new photo I found of him at McDonald's. Okay. And in this photo, he's wearing a brown beanie, kind of like it's giving Carhartt beanie, but without the Carhartt logo, and a COVID mask. And we all know the boomer man that spotted him. I love the interview. I wish I should play that, of him talking about like, yeah, we all thought it was kind of funny that he kind of looked like the suspect, and we're like, and then, you know, turned his ass in to the employee. You guys all know about this Monopoly shit. Did I not write down the Monopoly money found in the backpack thing? I don't think I did. People are connecting some interesting numbers. The number 286 with this Luigi guy and what he did. And there's like some interesting connections with like that number, Monopoly, McDonald's. So, and then United. He's uniting the country, United Healthcare. And then there's his YouTube channel that people found where there was this countdown. And then it's like, if you see this, I've already been arrested. So like, excuse me, I'm always curious when it comes to murders and, oh my God, sorry. It's the GLP-1 burps. I don't know. Do people like, is that a side effect? I'm like, have I eaten today? No. Have I had too much coffee? Yes. Did I skip the gym? Yes, I did. We skipped the gym. We got coffee. So I'm not wired from like cardio and whatever. Lost my train of thought. Boop. Okay, where was I? I'm annoying. No, nothing's wrong. Jacqueline, nothing's wrong with you. This is like the crazy. This is like. Is this like multiple? Okay. This is what I was going to say. Do they plan on getting caught? Like, I feel like their whole thing, most people that fuck up and commit crimes, they never, like, I feel like they never plan on getting arrested. That's not part of the plan. The reason they get arrested is because they fuck up somewhere and they get caught, right? Like, because they messed up because they're not thinking straight or they're not executing their mission exactly how they planned. So it's interesting with back to the 286, the fucking train ride took him 286 miles away from. He's got like 286 tweets. The McDonald's in Altoona was 286 miles away to the dot of the. Just it's all fascinating. But like, did he plan on getting caught? Because he said that in his YouTube video. Like, if you see this, I've already been arrested. Like, how does this happen, right? Like, let's go bigger. Like, how does a man, how old is he? 20, whatever, get to this point, right? All right. So the beanie at McDonald's. Okay. The picture, it's just a new pic I didn't see. He was spotted. Police showed up. They arrested him, and he was carrying multiple fraudulent IDs and a U.S. passport. One of the IDs matched the fake New Jersey ID that the shooting suspect used to check into a Manhattan hotel before the shooting. They've got to have surveillance of him checking into that hotel. Like, he's got to be all over the security, right? One of the IDs, so the ID he checked in, the fake ID used to check into the hotel in Manhattan was the same one that he had on him. And then he like lied about his last name. So here's something interesting. So when one officer was checking the ID with dispatchers, the other asked Mangione if he had been to New York recently, and Mangione became quiet and started to shake, according to the affidavit. So he was shaking in his boots, freaking the fuck out. And then he like lied about his last name. And then they asked him like, are you sure you want to go with that? And then he's like, or they're like, you're going to be, when they told him he's going to be arrested, he's like, oh, I guess I shouldn't have lied or something. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. He graduated. Let's just get into the backstory. So he graduated from the University of Pennsylvania in 2020. He received a Master of Science in Engineering with a major in Computer and Information Science and a Bachelor of Science in Engineering, majoring in Computer Science with a minor in Mathematics. That is a mouthful. The dude is smart, clearly. And then he worked as a data engineer at the car buying website TrueCar, but he hasn't worked there since 2023. So he was kind of MIA this year. He kind of dipped. Okay, he started a book club. We'll get into that. Then he dipped. And then people haven't been able to get a hold of him. His mom filed a missing persons report. His friends were tweeting like, where have you been? Hope everything's okay. So his last known address was in Honolulu, Hawaii, but he left in April of 2022 because of his severe back pain. I guess he's had like lifelong severe back pain, and being in Hawaii and surfing and just living that outdoorsy lifestyle. I don't know what he was doing. Hiking, probably. Fucking. black dudes in Hawaii. I don't know. He blew his back out in Hawaii. Okay. And had to leave in April of 2022. So we've all seen this. So the X-ray on his Twitter, his X account, whatever, Twitter X. I still say Twitter. It shows, his account shows an X-ray of his spine with hardware in it, reflective of a previous surgery. It is not known if this X-ray of Mangione, if it's of his spine, if it's him. But an orthopedist told CBS, what was that? Hold on, Dr. Death, the spine doctor was on it. Crazy story. An orthopedist told CBS News that the image appeared to show a hardware fusion, likely for a condition called spondylolisthesis. It requires a lisp to say that, by the way. Spondylolisthesis, which is when a vertebrae slips out of alignment. Mangione referred to the condition on Reddit and other social media accounts. So he said on Reddit that he had spinal surgery in July of 2023. And in February of 2024, I guess this was found on his Reddit. He said that he had that surgery after a year and a half of failed conservative treatment. So he had a bone to pick. Okay. He had failed back treatment. And this is the thing, like, if you can't fuck, no, I'm kidding. Trying to like create in my brain, like, why, what? Is he just that sexually? We don't know. But back pain is so debilitating. Like, it's so, I have never had crazy back pain. I changed Corey's life because I nursed him back to health after his back pain, meaning I told him, hey, your back hurts because you have no ass. And so Corey has an ass now. He does booty workouts like I do in the gym, and he doesn't have back pain, but he struggled with severe back pain from golfing all these years. And it really ruins your life. Like, back pain specifically is a motherfucker. Okay. So this bastard potential murderer had back pain, and he had to leave Hawaii. Okay. He left Hawaii because of the back pain. His Twitter account we did the Twitter account with blah, blah. Okay. Oh, he had the picture on Twitter, and then he said on Reddit that he had spinal surgery in July of 2023. And then this year, in February, he said that there was failed treatment. After a year and a half of failed treatment, he had the surgery. He is related to a prominent family in Maryland. We talked about this, who owns country clubs, healthcare facilities, and real estate companies. And I guess, what was the other thing? He's an heir to the family resort, a holiday resort. Cool. So he's a trust fund kid, probably. Is that what that basically means? He graduated at Gilman School. It was an all-boys private school in Baltimore, valedictorian. We all know this. He was captain of the robotics team. We're wrapping this, by the way. We're coming to a close here. He appeared to be isolated before his arrest. His last Twitter post was in June. And then in July, one of his friends posted, I don't know if you are okay or just in a super isolated place and have no service, but I haven't heard from you in months. And then in October, someone posted, one of his friends, nobody has heard from you in months. I don't know why they just tweeted at him. Just like, send him a text, bro. Like, they probably did that too. Interesting factoid here. Mangione traveled to Asia for several months in early 2024. Okay. Finally, we're on the very last thing here. One of his, this is like the funny. So he, I guess, might have looked up to, what's the word? Idolized the Unabomber, was it? Was the Unabomber? He like, the Unabomber's book. Am I getting that right? Unabomber? Did the Unabomber have back pain? Anyways, it was on his Goodreads, a book about his life or something. I don't know about the book. But anyways, one of his friends from Hawaii said that he returned to Hawaii in early 2023. When did he have spinal surgery. So he had surgery. Wait. This is interesting. The timeline's interesting. He left Hawaii in April of 2022 from back pain. Went back to Hawaii, according to his friend, in early 2023 and started a book club. But several members left due to the discomfort of his book choices. And she did not elaborate on what those books were. So I thought that was an interesting fact. But yeah, so he was going to Hawaii. He's getting spinal surgery. He went to Asia. He started a book club. He's a mess. He sounds like a fucking mess. He sounds like he was searching. He was isolating because he was plotting. He was 3D printing a gun, and is the suppressor 3D printed as well? I think there's a picture here. Yeah, you can see the ghost gun. God, what a story, you know? So that's where we're at today. Okay. He's been charged. He's locked up. Okay. But we got to stop with this goo goo gaga shit. It's getting we've done it. It's time. It's time to have some respect. Okay. Show some decorum here, because these thirst trap videos, it's immediate. Like he gets arrested. There's all the pictures of him are fucking shirtless, you know, looking jacked. And like immediately I go on TikTok, he gets arrested and it's just like R&B music, like soft fades. These pictures are like, oh my God. So, okay, what did we do today? We recapped Cabo. We talked about my GLP-1 we updated on that, how that's going. We talked about Luigi. Should we end with Timothy? Timothy's a vibe. Like I said, I saw a clip of him on Theo Von, and I was like, also, people are like commenting, and I agree. It's like, what do him and Kylie talk about? But he's like, I feel like the perfect kind of personality type for her, because she's goofy too. But like, are they still like? I mean, I feel like they're still together, right? Timothy, where are you on my laptop? Do I have anything else on here? Oh, pathological demand avoidance. Okay, so this is what happened. Without airing anything out, without dropping names, without being specific, because, you know, it's not relevant really. It's just, I'll use an example though. You know what? We're going to start out with this video from a psychologist explaining it, and then I'll explain my personal experience in my example. So here we go.
Pathological demand avoidance, or PDA, is a term used to describe a pattern of behavior often found in people with autism, although it can affect a variety of people. It has also been called pervasive drive for autonomy, and it is characterized by someone's strong reaction to any perceived demand. This goes way beyond someone not wanting to do something that's asked of them. This has to do with us feeling like our autonomy is being threatened, and we are pushed into our stress response, or fight, flight, freeze. And this can affect our ability to do any and everything we need to do in our life.
Okay, fun, right? Just sounds like the worst kind of person, right? So this is my experience. So whenever I believe like you might have a little tinge of this and a little tinge of that. It's like she mentioned autism, like again, with the beginning of the video, nothing's wrong with me. Like it doesn't mean you're fully autistic if you relate to this one thing that is common with autistic people, or ADHDers. So for me, when I get inundated with texts and phone calls and voicemails and, like she said, demands, like or in general, if someone asks me, like, not ask me to do something, if they ever switch to why haven't you done this, or why, it's because I'm like insecure about how my task execution is slower than I'd like it to be. And I think that's why I get triggered or like upset about it a little bit. But when people confront me like that, they confront me with, okay, let's just talk about the text. It's like, and there's another video, this girl explains it really well. I want to throw my phone. So I'll just give you one example, like of a situation where I was this drove me to search this. I typed in the search bar. I go, why do I get annoyed by like text messages or digital communication? And then literally it's just like pathological demand avoidance, all these videos started popping up and I go, that's so interesting. And it makes sense to me. And when I think about myself and how my brain works, like it honestly tracks. Like this totally makes sense, but I didn't know how to articulate it. I didn't know how to handle this, because to give you an example, when it's so dumb. Like, first of all, I struggle with sending the text. So I struggle with being the initiator with communication. I struggle with ripping the Band-Aid off and just sending the text, saying the thing, right? Like I'm always I feel this resistance to that. And I don't understand what that is, but like, this is about receiving the communication, receiving the text. So the other day I was on a group chat, and this isn't about the Cabo trip, by the way. And something was going on, and I see that the messages coming in, and I think Corey was on it, and he had like responded for me, basically for us. And then later on, a week later, days later, I was confronted about why didn't you respond or something like that. And I was just like, so like fucking pissed off, because I'm like, why does that matter, first of all? And then I was like, it's like, okay, you didn't communicate properly. Now I feel bad about that. And then it's like, it's just pointing at me. Like I felt attacked, right? I felt attacked. And again, my brain is always like, why does it matter? Why does it matter? But in general, when I get text messages coming in, especially when there's a million of them, some people are like heavy texters, right? I get like, I just want to throw my phone against the wall. I'm just like, ugh, like it's just it feels icky. And something someone explained, another psychologist I watched, was like, look, that is so like technically normal. Like that feeling is technically like human beings. Like if you were in person with all of these people texting you and everyone was saying all of the texts that out loud at you at once, like you couldn't manage that. You couldn't juggle that. You would have to like stop and talk to this person and then stop and talk to that person and stop and talk. So that feeling of anxiety or pressure and feeling like people need a response from you constantly is very normal. It's very human, right? So that made me feel better. And again, when people with this pathological demand avoidance need to feel like they're in control of their actions. When someone else tells you to do something, it's like, okay, I don't fully have this with like task stuff where if Corey's like, hey, can you do that? I'm not like, oh, just because you asked me to do it, I'm not going to do it. But that's kind of the vibe. So I want to feel like I'm the one in control of when I do something. And if someone puts the pressure on me to do it, I feel it's like a feeling of being this is so fucked up. Like, this is so childish. This is like the worst kind of person to be around. Like, I understand that, but I almost want to play other videos because people explain it better. But it's because you're especially if you kind of have ADHD brain and your to-do list is, just always haunting you, and someone's like adding to that and asking you to do something. First of all, you know yourself. You know you're going to get it done. Because like I still get shit done, right? I have my own stupid way of getting it done that's not probably efficient in the other people's brains. To me, it works. Like I manage it. I live a productive, successful life with it. again, I've never been diagnosed, but like I do struggle with my executive function. Okay. So when someone is like getting in the way of that and they're telling you, or they're going like, why haven't you done it? Or like, you just shut the fuck down and you're just like, fuck me, right? Like, let me just play a video. This is about text messages. This is the first video I watched.
It is genuinely so exhausting sometimes to respond to texts and messages from people. And like, I'm genuinely so sorry to say that. And I hate that it is so exhausting, but all the time, it genuinely feels like I'm constantly fighting this battle to clear my notifications and just like...
Okay, we kind of already talked about this. Like, I like this guy.
PDA is pathological demand avoidance, but sometimes people like to call it persistent drive for autonomy. It's an autistic profile where somebody has lots of anxiety around expectations, around demands, that they want autonomy over their choices, over how they live their lives. And here are 3 really interesting things about it that you should understand. Hi, I'm Sol Smith, and I'm an autistic and ADHD life coach. A PDA is one of my specialties, and it's a very hard one to deal with. Very individual needs when you come to PDA situations. So, number 1. Lots of times people mistake PDA for ODD, which is operational defiance disorder. This is because PDA can cause a lot of anxiety around people in authority. It feels like they're just basically being defiant on purpose. It feels like they just don't like to be bossed around. But when it comes down to it, this is a nervous system reaction to somebody who is taking away the autonomy of the person. This relates very directly to autism, but it also relates directly to ADHD. ADHD people can have PDA just as often as autistic people. As a matter of fact, recent studies have linked it more closely with ADHD than ASD. So we're still learning more there. Number 2, PDA doesn't just have to do with authority. Lots of times PDA has to do with just expectations. For example, the expectation of how you're going to react when you're given a gift or a surprise can bring significant anxiety to people with PDA. They might even hate their birthday. They might hate Christmas, other types of gift-giving holidays, because they don't like to have this expectation of how they're going to react when they're getting a gift. Getting a gift becomes problematic for them. It becomes a chore because of those expectations. Number 3, PDA can fluctuate depending on your situation, depending on your environment. So lots of times people say, oh, well, he doesn't really have PDA because look how well he does in this situation, or look how fine he is at home, or whatever. But in fact, it really has to do with your environment a lot of times. Lots of environments will cause significant anxiety when other ones you're comfortable in, where other ones you can operate completely, typically. But you seem to really tense up in other ones. And again, this is because it's a nervous system reaction. It's involuntary. Now, coming up with solutions for PDA is very individual, but you can learn a lot from each other. One of the reasons I've developed my Neurospicy community is so that Neurospicy people could come together and talk about...
Neurospicy, I like that term. So it's a nervous system reaction and it's involuntary. How wonderful. But, I would describe how I relate to this or the feeling that happens to me a lot. And I do believe this is coming up now at this part of my life because there are more, as a now wife and as a busier person, because of the things we do together. What am I saying? Like husband and wife and the extended family now that I'm involved in, there's more expectations on me now than my previous life where I really wasn't doing much, So I think I'm struggling with that because I feel like I get overwhelmed. I get with the communication, I get very overwhelmed by the demands and the expectations. I'm also not I'm a planner, but I'm not, what's the word? I'm just not high. You know what? Here's what it is. I'm just not high strung. I'm not a worrier. I'm not high strung. I think I get worried though. And I get anxiety and high strung when demands and expectations are placed on me and they're expressed because a lot of the times I was going to do them anyways. I don't like, it's like being reminded and being coached and being I'm coachable. What am I saying? It's, cause yeah, a lot of the times, I'm good. I was going to do it anyways, but people I don't like being talked to, and I don't like being communicated to like people don't have confidence in my ability to get shit done. And that I think is the wound. I think that is the thing that that's the trigger or whatever, because of my lack of communication. So I think it's because if I'm not a heavy communicator, if I'm not inundating the other people's phones all the time with communication and updates and and if I'm not doing that, they suspect that, oh, I'm not doing anything. Meanwhile, I'm doing things. I'm just not like always communicating that and constantly like shoving that in the other people's face, if that makes sense. I don't know. This is like kind of blurry. I feel like, does that make sense? Like I just handle my business. I just get shit done. And I'm a very like less is more when it comes to communication type of chick. I cannot stand a text message followed by a phone call followed by a voicemail. If you ever do that to me, I'm just like, I'm pissed. Like, I don't think anyone likes that. And so when you have people regularly do that, it's like you want to fucking throw your phone against the wall, and it's not fun. And, but I'm trying to think like, even like I said, I had some girls' nights. I went on this Cabo trip, but like, let's talk about the texting of the girls. Like, even when like friends text, I'm just kind of like, ooh, like I get a little like it's not like, oh, I'll just respond right now and text back. I just kind of like get a little zh in my body, a little, because for me, it's like, when is it's like, okay, are we going to small talk over text? Are we going to call? Are we going to FaceTime? Like, I'm like, I don't want to chit chat right now. I don't want to small talk over this. I don't like, once you send the text, like, how does this end? Someone they'll heart it. And then that kind of tells you the conversation's over, which is wonderful. I'm a big fan of that. But sometimes with texting friends, I'm like, okay, like I get overwhelmed by it. It's so fucking stupid, right? Like, it's so stupid, but that is genuinely like what happens to my brain. Like, yeah, but that is something that I think is an area that obviously I can work on, and it's not fun. Doesn't like add, it doesn't, help my life. It just makes it more annoying for other people, honestly. But it's good I'm aware of it now. I'm happy I could put a like term to it so I can, wait, I want to play this video. Hold on. Pathological demand.
Hey, can you do the dishes for me?
Nope, not anymore.
No, don't stop. I didn't know that you were already doing them.
It's too late. You ruined it. I'm not doing them anymore.
You're so defiant. Every time I tell you to do something, you freak out.
PDA autism often looks like defiance from the outside perspective, but it's actually a persistent drive for autonomy, like me feeling like I need to be in control of my own body.
What does that mean?
Basically, we feel like we need to be in control of our bodies, and when something threatens our autonomy, it causes us to go into a fight or flight response, and it might look like defiance from an outside perspective.
Yeah, I just figured this out for me. So if you write me a list, if you're like, hey, like, I need you to do this, no big deal, right? I'll get it done. I'll do it. But then if you come back and ask me about it, even if I got it done, I'm just like triggered by that. Because I feel like someone is, like she said, you're like you just want to feel like you're doing everything, and no one's like asking it of you. What is that childhood trauma of, like, what the fuck does that go back to? Feeling a need to be in control of your autonomy and I think this segment's too long. I want to wrap the episode because we did a whole thing on Luigi. But yeah, I was actually I want to text one of my friends who's got ADHD, because she mentioned this about texting with me. She's like, yeah, I literally like, I hate it. Like the only texting I've ever liked in my life is sexting. Like, let's be honest. Like, I only like flirting with boys over text. Like, in my entire life, that's the only thing I've ever enjoyed. Since I had a flip phone, like literally, if it's a boy and I'm flirting and I'm texting, I'm there all day. I don't have pathological demand avoidance. I'm excited. Can't wait to respond. I'm sitting there plotting, like, what am I going to say back? That has been fun for me. everything else, unless it's like, well, some of the funny texts with friends, like it can be good. Okay. Like obviously, but just regular ass communication over text, unless it's also Corey. Cause like, I'm always excited to get a text from him. I just like, don't want to have anything to do with it. So this is like not cute. Like it's not a fun thing to admit. It's something that I have an insecurity about, especially like just the pressure now that I feel like as a wife, like I have to be, there's like this pressure to, just be everything, right? And do everything and go above and beyond and just be great. And like, and I think that's why I have the insecurity, because I feel like if I like don't make Christmas magical for my relatives, it's like, oh, she's like a bad wife or whatever. Like she's not, like, you know what I mean? It just stresses me out. It comes naturally. The thing is it comes naturally, but there's like this, because of expectations put on me and this like underlying vibe I get that I have to act and be a certain way and like do a certain, from society, from people, whatever, that like makes me defiant. I'm like, fuck that. Like I want to do it, but I'm like, I don't know. It's stupid. Okay. Well, that's the episode. It always ends in a spiral. What is that from? I'm a big kid now. Oh, that's what it's from. The Huggies commercial. Why did I write I blew my back out? What was that from? I feel like I had really bad back pain from something. I did something stupid and I hurt my back. I still haven't seen Wicked. We saw Gladiator 2. I loved it. I was going to play the Timothy video. Let me just pull up Timmy. Timmy time. Timmy on Timmy D, or on not Timmy D, Timmy on Theo. Here we go.
Oh, but I was just trying to say, and also to avoid that, that's kind of what I'm doing these days, man. You just gotta you have to bury your head so far. Even like the pictures from the premiere, I'm just like, I just try to put the shutters on because it's not healthy, man.
Oh, looking at all your stuff and looking at that.
Yeah,
no,
also,
it's weird.
No, it's fucking weird. And then
you're not supposed to do it.
No, we're supposed to be, like gathering nuts and berries. No, that's not like I'm.
Yeah, well, no, they had that first guy, Narcissus or whatever, looked in the river and saw himself,
Yeah, exactly.
And then he's like, hey, where are the ladies at or whatever. And you're like, whoa, dude, what are you
talking about, dude? You're not even that good looking.
Yeah, kill a rabbit, dude.
Our tribe needs to eat.
Make
dude.
a salad, bro. We got
we got people to feed. We have 17 people, and our elder is fucking suffering.
Like you're over here, like trying to start Clairol or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking working on your,
yeah, it's like just a bunch of Dior moisturizer. Talking about lip filler to everybody. Like, what are you even talking about?
Dude, it's 300 BC. Yeah. What does that even mean? Stop working on your Raya profile and fucking help us with the fire we need to put out in the forest, you narcissistic prick.
Yeah, dude, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I have no fucking clue.
I don't know. I just love that. Made me happy. They're a good fit. I feel like, his person, he's obviously an amazing actor. I thought it was funny how they were talking about the lip filler thing. I'm like, that's kind of ironic. But I've never really seen him like interviewed like that. And then obviously him and Theo there were on the same wavelength. And then he was, this one with Brittany Broski. Hit a wall. We're yawning.
What's your ideal man? My ideal man is kind of like Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Look at these limbs. Look, these pants are baggy, but look,
hey, we're worried about you.
Yeah, I know. I'm worried about me.
You know that like that demographic of boy is so like it's in. You're in.
Why? It's called empowering the anemic.
It's called anemia awareness.
And by the way, massive respect. And
he's on one knee.
I'll stay on a knee the whole time.
I appreciate you.
I don't want to assert anything at all.
Can you say one time for me, Hail Supreme Leader?
Hail Supreme Leader Broski, we are honored by your presence. Please leave us under the Christmas tree. Lots of presents. Hail Supreme Leader Broski. Hail Supreme Leader Broski. Hail Supreme Leader Broski. Hail Supreme Leader Broski. Thank you so much for
Why am I so like smitten by this?
allowing me to have that Nutri-Grain bar when I got here.
You're so welcome. I won't even charge you for it.
May I get up?
You can get up.
The charisma, you know, like fuck.
I actually don't
He's
own
got-
this building. I don't know.
Look how strange
I would
this
agree.
is.
No, this is
You know-
mad dreary.
Yeah, this is like, where are we?
Yeah. We're just on a bare rock in space.
Bare rock in space. And what is this rock? What is this earth without art? Just a rock.
All right, Brittany, back to you. This has been, what was your name again?
Young Padawan, Brittany Broski, disciple. Please, I'll do anything for you. Your new assistant. Your nails are getting done at 4:45.
Hey,
Obsessed.
back to you.
Fucking obsessed. I think the reason why I'm like, oh, like fangirly right now over Timothy is because like when he was first dating Kylie, and like obviously I've seen him in Dune and all these other movies, and I've seen his acting and everything. I just like, I was just kind of like, what? Like, why is everyone like freaking out over Timothy? Now I get it. The personality's there. I'm a personality bitch as much as I'm into. See, I have like requirements. You got to be 6'3" plus. Corey's the shortest guy I've ever dated. He's 6'3", 6'3" plus. Side profile has to be intact. It can weak chin. I'm out. Sorry, said it. It is what it is. The first thing I do when I go on a date with a guy is I observe the side profile, and then that tells me everything I need to know. The jawline, okay, and then the personality, then the dick, personality, then the dick, personality, then the dick, personality, then the dick. In that order: height, jawline, personality, then the dick, the dick, the dick. What a weird one, you know? Weird, fun episode. I really like talking about Luigi. Just what a name though. Like that is the thing for me. It's like, it's fun to say Luigi, like, come on. We recapped Cabo. We talked about Luigi. Episode 388 coming to a close. I'm never wearing makeup for the show again. I'm like so into this. And yeah. Speaking of expectations and societal pressure on specifically women, fuck makeup, you know, like here's another tangent. I looked at my side of the bathroom. Like this was like 2 days ago because I was unpacking from Cabo. First of all, I had so much, my outfits, I was out of control. I overpacked like I always do, but I was just looking at my side of the bathroom and then Corey's side. And it's just like product city, tchotchke product city, beauty product city, creams, makeups, all the things on just my entire side of the bathroom is just like it's Sephora, okay? And then Corey's got like a toothbrush. And I'm just like, and then my brain goes, the time I spend to do all of these things to my beautification every day is like insane. And sometimes I get like annoyed by it. I'm just like, but then I like tell myself I love it because I do love it, you know, and I do enjoy my routines and my skincare routines and my nighttime routines and my, like I genuinely enjoy it. That's why I make videos about it all the time. Like I just did sock curls, you know, I just did my fuzzy sock curls for the first time and I made a video about like, I love it, you know, but I also am like, dude, to be a guy is like, you just roll. You brush that hair a little bit. You do a little coiffed in the front. You fucking brush your teeth and you roll. And then the ladies are over here just like, and I got long ass hair. It takes me forever to, if I want to like, I've gotten my routines down. Like I can literally do my Dyson Airwrap curls in 10 minutes. I have a video on that too, if you're curious. I have a whole way of doing it that's like quick and efficient. And so I don't know. Why am I complaining? What was I talking about? Oh, pressure. Oh, the makeup. Like I'm not doing makeup on the show anymore. But what happens, there was another tangent I was thinking of. Time doing all the beautification stuff and all. I'm just gonna it until I figure out what I was thinking. The makeup, oh shit. I think it's time to end it, right? It's funny, I met this guy this weekend and he's like, oh, you have a podcast? Cool. How long are they? I'm like 2 hours. That's what, no big deal. He's like, whoa, you talk that long? How do you do that? I think I'd have to interview someone. I'd have to how would you do that by yourself the whole time? I'm like, relax. Okay. It's called God-given talent. Okay. I happen to have it. Okay. And he goes, well, you know, when you listen to podcasts, sometimes people just start rambling on and just trailing off, and you're like, it's like not interesting. I feel like that's what I'm doing right now. You know, like when he said that, I'm like, no, because I'm good at my job. I'm entertaining. So like people are locked in the entire time. But it's funny. I was just like in my head about that, thinking about that. Makeup, products, being a girl, time. What was I going to say? I can't remember. We'll have to save it till the next episode. I think that's it. Thank you so much for hanging out. Look, where's the candle? Putting the candle on camera closer right now so you can see. We're about a half inch away from a smoke show where this thing's going to blow up into the flame is going to burn out, and I don't know what I'm saying. So we did it. We did not go over time. This is probably 2 hours, but what other things were people telling me about my podcast this weekend? I don't remember. It's so interesting getting feedback when you tell people you have a podcast. They're just like, I don't know. All right, that's it. Love you. Thanks so much for hanging out. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening right now. I'm on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker, Overcast. Wherever you listen to podcasts, please hit that subscribe button and review the show 5 stars while you're there. Please, if you made it this far, review the show 5 stars at Apple or Spotify. Helps me out, helps people find the show. So review the show. Follow me on TikTok at Jacqueline Monroe, Instagram at Jacqueline Monroe, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is a video and audio podcast. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Jacqueline Monroe Show. All right, that's it. Free Luigi. Actually, don't put him in jail. Lock his ass up. What am I saying? What an episode. All right, that is it. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.
I'll do what it takes. I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit. I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.